Hey, I'm Will Jones. I play football at Maryville High School, and this is the No Playbook Podcast.
All right. Thank you so much for checking out the show. This is the podcast featuring the outstanding athletes, coaches, and experts from East Tennessee. My name's Casey, and joining me on the show today, I've got a fellow Maryvillian, Will Jones, fantastic football player from Maryville High School. Will has got a really cool perspective, man. He was playing, of course, the quarterback at Maryville High School. That's a prestigious gig, famously in East Tennessee, and the entire state, actually. Will has been playing it and making a difference since he was literally at Maryville Junior High School. He talks about that experience, having to get a hardship license so he could even make it to practices and training for Maryville High School. And then what it was like coming in, being a starter this year, his first year officially at the high school. They don't start at the high school in Maryville until the 10th grade. So it's really cool story. He shares something that very few people know about him. And he talks about his upcoming recruiting experience, kind of what he's looking for. Great episode. Really cool interview. This episode is sponsored by Stinnett Collision. If you're in need of automotive repair, give them a call here in Maryville or in Sevier County. Stinnett Collision. I'll get to Will Jones right after this. Sit tight.
Hi, I'm Zach Stinnett, third-generation owner of Stinnett Collision. As a proud supporter of Tennessee athletics, we know that every game counts. When a collision puts you out of play, we're here to get you back in the game. Family owned since 1965, Stinnett Collision now has locations in Maryville and Sevierville. With double the space and a team of certified technicians, we'll tackle your repairs and get you back on the road in no time. Don't let a collision sideline you. Visit Stinnett Collision today.
What's a Sunday afternoon look like for you?
So, church in the morning, and then really just chill the rest of the day.
Yeah, from what I understand, the rest of the I understand during the week though you're pretty heavily involved in whether it be film or practice or weightlifting, something like that.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, busy weeks for sure. Getting ready for football.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and tell you, my kid plays Little League Baseball, like the
Okay.
5 and 6 year olds, and Coach Adam Hendricks,
Yes, sir.
his and Coach Hunt, but both of them have kids on the team. But I was talking to Coach
That's
Hendricks
awesome.
specifically about you. I was like, hey, I've got Will coming on the podcast. So he told me all your deepest, darkest secrets. So
Yeah, I love Coach Hendricks. He's awesome.
yeah. Now he was telling me you're a real film junkie.
Yeah, yeah. Love watching film. Just we film everything, practice, games. So it's good to see where you make your mistakes in practice. And I mean, I love football, so it's easier for me to watch and just see how we're doing in practice and what we did good and what we did bad. So
Yeah. Is there anything specific that you will watch for when you're like watching film before a big game?
yeah, so going into the week, we'll scout defenses and like week by week we have different play calls for each week and what we think is going to work. So just seeing how their defense adjusts to certain personnels or certain looks we have on offense. So if we're in like empty, and they'll probably unload the box. So it's good to see how they play versus different looks and such.
Yeah. Will, who is your NFL team?
Packers, Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
Yep.
Mine's Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
And one of my favorite plays from Cam Newton's fantastic season a few years ago
Yes, sir.
is, I forget who the defense was. It might have been the 49ers. They're chirping at him and he yells back across the line. He says, "Oh, you've been watching film? Yeah, me too. Watch this."
Yeah,
And then
I've
then
seen that.
McCaffrey rolls out. It's an easy touchdown.
Yeah, that's an awesome clip. I've seen it.
Yeah, but that's just a testament to like what that film preparation can do for you.
For sure. If you're one step ahead, it makes the game so much easier, and it slows it down for you. So that's the biggest thing for me is just slowing the game down and being able to be one step ahead.
So, of course, people talk about every step they go up, whether it's joining, a big time college team or when you make it to the NFL, talk about how the game is so much faster. What about for you? Because you were on the field making a difference as a ninth grader, you were literally at the junior high.
Yes, sir. I
Was
was at
that
the
tough
junior
to
high in
adjust
ninth
to?
grade. Um, so I did Casey Cobble obviously started that year, and got hurt collarbone like week 3, and then that kind of led me to become the starter. And it was first game, it was kind of crazy. Just the nerves were like very high. Just first high school game playing for Maryville. I mean, I've grown up wanting to be the starting quarterback for Maryville all my life. So I was at the games watching my brothers play, and it was just a dream come true. So just it was a big moment for me, and just trying not to let the moment get too big.
So how do you feel like you did as far as just even in your own head? Because nobody else can see that, obviously.
Yeah, it was good. I thought um which first week we played Hardin Valley when I started, so that was a good game to get under my belt. And then just I had so many guys around me that made my job so much easier. Just that year, we had a great group of seniors: Gage Ledoux, Eli Elkins, our offensive line, Blake Heckman. So I mean, they boosted my confidence for sure, and which made my job so much easier.
No question. Now, you mentioned your brothers. What is that like having them to lean on for some advice?
Yeah, our relationship is really strong. Carson plays at Furman right now. He plays quarterback, and then Michael played safety at Maryville. So it's big just to be able to call them and just let them know outside of football. Like they're huge role models for me, and I can count on them whenever. But obviously, football wise, Carson lets me know like how I'm doing. He helps me a lot, but they're just huge role models for me, and they're somebody I can look up to always. So
That's great, man. I've got three boys myself. So getting to see that kind of relationship, how you guys can,
yeah,
of course, fight. That's part of the contract.
yeah.
But then help each other out. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, I think as we've gotten older, we get closer. So that's one of the big things. Just we spend so much time together. Obviously, Carson's out of town for most of the year, but when he's in town, we're probably hanging out 7 days a week. So
Yeah. I'm
so
glad to hear they get closer. My ninth grader may or may not have gotten grounded during church today. Uh, but speaking of that, so when you were in ninth grade at Maryville Junior High,
yeah.
you did I hear this right? You had to get a hardship license so that you could make
Yeah,
it to practice.
so I got a hardship, which there's a bus that takes, but my parents both work in Knoxville, and matter of fact, my oldest brother Michael actually got a hardship license. We were living in Knoxville, so he had to get from Knoxville to Maryville at 15. So he got a hardship when he was 15. So I think that helped out when I wanted one, and it just made it easier in the summers, waking up early and getting to practice, and then obviously from the junior high to the high school, just being able to get there.
Yeah. So now, what are the? I mean, you're just finishing up your sophomore even year in high school. Have you had many talks on the recruiting front yet?
So I don't know what date it is where they can actually reach out and text, but I stay in touch with a few coaches, just kind of camp invites and just DMs on Twitter. But it's very exciting. Like I've gotten offered by Georgia State, Murray State, and EKU so far, but the relationship's not like that strong yet. So I think once I get into that junior year, it's when I can start building those relationships and staying in touch, like through text and stuff like that.
What camps do you have planned for the summer?
So right now, I think MTSU is a big one. It's based off of who comes in during the spring. So we have coaches come to the school during this time of year, and um who shows interest is who I'll go to camp. So App State is one, which obviously I have a connection there with DJ Burks who played at Maryville. MTSU, Marshall, and then I think I might go to Vanderbilt, one of those big SEC schools, just to see how it is and see the competition up there.
Now, do you? I mean, it's very early, obviously, but is there a piece that you think will probably be a deciding factor for you when you eventually get in that, making a
Yeah,
decision arena?
I think the biggest thing for me is the relationship with the coach. Like, and obviously I want to be close to home too. So those two things are the biggest thing, but I really want to be close with the QB coach or the OC, something like that where I can actually build a relationship with a coach, which at Maryville, I'm very blessed to have a good relationship with every coach. Every coach is awesome. Um, the support is insane at Maryville. So I want something like that at the college level and keep me going. So that's one of the big things for me.
Yeah. I just remembered I saw former Maryville great Noah Vaughn.
Yep.
I saw him. I knew him from when I was with D1 training, but I saw him at National Fitness Center on Friday. We talked for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I stay in touch with him. Him and Carson obviously played together, so I know him a little bit, but not much. But
Yeah.
obviously Maryville connection is is there.
How about just your first year at the high school? Is there anything that was really surprising for you, just on a personal level? Being a student.
Yeah, it was pretty smooth, honestly. The good thing about the high school is you feel like you're in the mix. Like junior high, it kind of feels like you're not in high school yet, which I mean, I wish freshmen were up at the high school, but it's nice just to be around everybody and feel that high school feel to it. But school wise, it was very smooth and fun. It went by fast, so uh, I'd just say like try to enjoy it as much as you can because it flies by. But it's awesome up here at Maryville High School.
Yeah. So now, what about something that very few people know about you?
Um, I'm a big golfer. So, every weekend I try to go out and play golf with my dad or brothers, and it's a good way to just kind of get out and block out all the noise and just be out there, just us and enjoy our time together.
I hear you're a big Duke fan.
So, I'm a Duke fan by default because of my brother. So, my brother has been a Duke fan since I don't know, middle school, and I support Duke because of him. So, that was a heartbreaking loss in the Final Four there. But yeah, we're a Duke family.
Yeah. You okay with Cooper Flag likely heading to Dallas?
Yeah, yeah. I figured he was gonna leave, but we're gonna be solid again this year. We got I think Isaiah Evans is coming back, and hopefully we can get a few more recruits too. So that'll be
Yeah.
good. But Cooper Flag was a stud for sure.
So I grew up in that area actually. Um, my dad had gone to NC State, so it was kind of everybody where I lived was either Duke State or North Carolina.
Yeah, that's yeah. Um, I think it was Carson's maybe best friend that got him on the Duke train, and then our whole family kind of latched on to Carson. But
Yeah.
we still root for the Vols. We're Vols too, but Carson's the big Duke fan.
Yeah, yeah. So now, something everybody talks about on this show. Share with me an unforgettable sports memory for you. Like when you're 80 years old, you close your eyes, you can see it perfectly.
Yeah. Um, so eighth grade, middle school basketball, we were in the sectionals, playing Alcoa actually in the championship. And I think we were down by two, and I was top of the key and hit a buzzer beater to go to state in middle school. So that was one of the big ones for me that just popped in my brain as soon as you asked that.
Yeah.
Just our middle school team was so close, and just beating Alcoa in the sectional championship was big, especially on a game winner.
What about extra like training beyond just what you get on the football field? Do you is it
Yeah.
just work out at the Maryville High School gym or what?
Yeah, so with Maryville, we work out with Coach Waters, which he's awesome. He's our strength and conditioning coach. But outside, like throwing stuff, I work with a guy named QB Country. His name's Reese Phillips in Chattanooga. Um, so I work with him. I actually worked with him yesterday. Um, but when I can't get to Chattanooga, my dad played at Tennessee Tech, so we'll just get our work in together. And all that's just working on the details, little things like that, just trying to keep the arm in shape. And obviously, we got one goal at Maryville is to win the state championship, so everything's going towards that.
How about this next year? Is that going to happen?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. We're really excited. We got a bunch of guys coming back, and then we got some weapons on offense that we think will be pretty dangerous. So
That's
we're
good.
excited. Yes, sir.
Love to hear that. I live close enough to where we can hear the band on Friday nights.
Okay, yeah,
That's one of my favorite things.
it's awesome just to play in front of a community like Maryville. Um, it's something I don't take for granted to play in front of like this many people every Friday night. Um, Most high schools don't experience that, so I'm very
Yeah.
blessed to be able to be the quarterback for Maryville High School.
So now one last question for you, and it's about the rivalry with Alcoa. When you as the quarterback are stepping onto the field, do you
Mhm.
feel any extra pressure? We have to win this game, or is it just another game in your mindset?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's bigger than it is than like everybody wants to win it, but for me, I just got to keep my head down and be focused for that game and try to not let the moment get too big and um just not let the noise get in the way of the game. Just we got to execute, we got to play our own game and good things will happen. So just try not to let the moment get too big is a big thing for me.
Yeah. Who's one more player on your team that we're going to hear a lot about this season?
Torrey Beaufort, you'll hear a lot about him. And then we got some guys that you might not know about. Uh
Is he a
Grayson Vaughn.
transfer
Yeah.
from Bearden?
Yep.
Oh, he was on this podcast.
Yeah, yeah. He's at Maryville now. And then on the offensive side of the ball, you got some guys that you don't may not know yet. Julian Douglas, Ty Tomberlin. Ty Tomberlin's running back. Julian's our wide receiver. And then defensive side of the ball, you got Chase Tucker, Andrew Smith, Bryson Barrett, all in the secondary. So we're gonna be strong this year. I got a good feeling about it.
Yeah. And of course, you got an enormous offensive lineman.
We got Brody Smith. Yep, it's nice having him. Uh, they're what make our offense go. So without them, we can't throw it or run it.
Very cool, man. I think I mentioned this to you, but I had Coach Hunt on the show not long ago. It was a
Yes,
really,
sir.
really good interview.
Yeah, he's awesome. Probably my biggest supporter, honestly. For every player, like he's there when you need him the most, and you can always call him when you need him. So it's nice having someone like him that doesn't care about the football so much, and it's more about how you are as a person and relationships with Jesus. So that's what I love about Maryville is guys like Coach Hunt.
Yeah. I uh I don't know if I've shared this before. I've known him since he was maybe like 8 or 9.
Okay,
Yeah, he
so
was good friends with my now brother-in-law.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right, dude. Well, I'll put this together in probably about 2 weeks. I'll have it out.
okay, perfect. Thank you
Excellent.
so much for having me.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Yes, sir.